We'll talk about threat modeling and reduction analysis. This is the idea of brainstorming what could go wrong in my organization and what can I do about it. So threat modeling, it's a planned activity for identifying and assessing threats, risks, vulnerabilities to the organization. The reason you do this is you want to make informed decisions about risk. It's part of the risk management process. So in order to do that, I need to understand the realm of the possible in terms of what's coming at me, what could come at me, and where are my threats, vulnerabilities, and potential impacts. This also gives us the ability to pre-think what could go wrong within the organization and actually do something about it ahead of time. This notion that we're baking security into our organization and our process and our tools that we have in place. And it gives us the ability to go through and say, okay, what are the risks? What are the potential impacts from this? Rack and stack those, prioritize them, and then actually do something about it in some sort of effective manner. If I can do that, then I can take the limited resources I have from a security perspective and put appropriate controls in place. Rather than just chasing the threat across the space there, I can make informed decisions about what am I going to focus on and what am I going to fix. So a notional process for threat modeling here, you want to start with the assessment scope. You want to say, okay, what am I doing with this threat modeling? What systems am I looking at? Or what information am I considering? Or maybe perhaps it's both of those. But you want to set an assessment scope for doing your threat modeling. Otherwise, it's like the yellow brick road. How far are you going to go down this? It can be relatively endless and a very painful, lengthy process as well. So scope your assessment accordingly. Take it off and eat the elephant, as it were, in bite-sized chunks. So once you've got your assessment scope, you want to look for what are the threat agents out there? What are the possible attacks? What could they potentially do to whatever's in scope here? Again, let's just arbitrarily say a web server. So once I look at threat agents, what are the possible attack vectors? What could they actually do? And that is purely a brainstorming effort. You know, you're thinking through the realm of the possible here again. So once you go through that, then you want to look at what are my existing countermeasures. So if I've brainstormed the realm of the possible, do I have anything in place right now that will fix that will address that? If I don't, now I need to start looking at, okay, I've got a potential risk here. What vulnerabilities could they potentially exploit? And how bad could it be? So really, what's the risk and impact from that? And then I prioritize that. And what I'm left with is a set of risks or impacts that I need to do something about. And I can start coming up with countermeasures to address those particular risks. And that's how I reduce the threat, reduce the risk. And that's why we call this reduction analysis. Because I'm doing a prioritized risk assessment of what could possibly go wrong in my organization from a threat perspective. What do I have in place to do something about it? And then what can I put in place to address the areas that I don't have countermeasures for already?